What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on EI Entertainment Studios, back at it with another debate episode. Today's debate episode, we're going to be talking about Mechagodzilla 2021 versus Shin Mecha Godzilla. So here's the plan, folks. We're going to go over the backstories and analyze these two giant creatures, and once we're done with that, we're going to put them up against each other in a death battle. So without further ado, let's begin with the backstory of Mechagodzilla 2021. So Mechagodzilla was created by Apex Cybernetics and powered through King Ghidorah's cut-off head. However, Ghidorah's consciousness takes over the robot and makes him do anything he wants. Now, the abilities, I'm going to do a quick skim, and then we're going to finish off Mecha G, and then we're going to come back and do a deep analyzation of each ability, so do not worry. So first we have Buzzsaw Claws, Heavy Metal Durability, Proton Scream, Thrusters, and Tail Drill. Territorial level is none, aggression level is maximum, biome is Earth, and height is approximately 119.8 meters tall. Alright, now let's go back to the abilities as to a deep analysis. So the first one is the Buzzsaw Claws. It's just like a buzz saw on the claws. The most similar thing I could compare it to, speaking of kaiju-wise, is Gigan, right? Gigan's saw on his chest is very similar to what this creature has. Instead, it's on his, it's near the claws, and therefore we call it the Buzzsaw Claws. And it's really good for ripping up flesh, destroying buildings, or just wreaking havoc. Of course, it's not the most powerful ability that Mechagodzilla 2021 has. However, it is definitely good enough to cause some damage, although depending on the opponent as well. You know, the skin type and all that stuff. But, you know, overall, it will cause some damage. Next one we have is Heavy Metal Durability. This is just the makeup of Mechagodzilla. His overall makeup is very, very hard metal, and it's very difficult to break him. Of course, it's possible as a Godzilla and Kong could do it, but they needed two monsters to take down one, and that comes to show how durable this creature is. So Mechagodzilla is very, very durable. Next we have missiles, and these are not really powerful. They're just there to kind of distract the opponent or just cause some irritation to the opponent, or even just break buildings. They're these, you know, normal level missiles that just shoot and they do some damage, but definitely nothing that's deadly. And then we have the Proton Scream, where this is very similar to Godzilla's Atomic Breath. It's actually a mimic of Godzilla's Atomic Breath through this creation of this metallic Godzilla. It's similar to Ghidorah because, remember, King Ghidorah is actually the one controlling Mechagodzilla, and this is more of like an electric pulse, but it's very focused, so it kind of looks like an atomic breath, and it's very powerful. It's red, the color is red, and it's at least 2 times more powerful than legendary Godzilla's atomic breath, as it overpowers it when it's put to the test. And then we have thrusters, and simply he just like uses like it's like a thruster on each side, like a rocket, and he could thrust up, thrust down, or even thrust left to right, and he can use that to escape his opponents or ram into his opponents, and it's a very cool ability. And finally, he has a tail drill, where he can basically drill into his opponent's flesh by the end of the tail. Very, very powerful. That's a powerful ability because it's very deadly. Alright folks, that's gonna sum up Mechagodzilla 2021. Let's move on to Shin Mecha Godzilla. So Shin Mecha Godzilla came into existence after Shin Godzilla was injected with a coagulant and froze. DNA samples from Shin Godzilla's body had fallen to the ground, and elite biologists collected the samples and kept them alive with the correct temperature and placed the DNA samples into a Godzilla-like metal-built body so the DNA could evolve and adapt into the metal body and form a brain. After 13 days, the DNA evolution cycle was complete, and a half robotic and half flesh Godzilla was born, making it now Shin Mecha Godzilla. So that's the backstory that I came up with for Shin Mecha Godzilla. Now the height is approximately 196 meters tall, very big. Quick skim for the abilities. Super laser ray, gliding ability, laser rockets, scan missiles, prediction ability, solar recharge, and adaptation ability. Territorial level is maximum, aggression is maximum, biome is definitely unlimited, and I'll explain that. So let's go back to the abilities and let's do a deep analysis. So first we have the super laser ray. And basically this is supposed to mimic Shin Godzilla's atomic laser. And this is way more focused and more hotter in temperature, so it's a more powerful version of Shin Godzilla's atomic ray. Because remember that this is Shin's DNA in his robotic body, so it's still technically Shin Godzilla, but a more advanced version of him. So it's more powerful, right? And so this super laser ray is very similar, very, very similar to Shin Godzilla's atomic laser, but it's more focused, more hotter in temperature, and therefore making it way more powerful. Next, we have the gliding ability. So Shin Mecha Godzilla can glide anywhere he wants via rockets, and he can use that to actually ram into his opponents, very similar to Legendary's Mechagodzilla, right? Now, moving on, he has laser rockets. Now, this is interesting because these rockets are on either side of the shoulders, and they're not just regular missiles, but these are lasered rockets, so meaning that they shoot a laser out of them, and then the rocket shoots out. And when it shoots out, it's very focused, very precise, and has a very, very sharp point. Its purpose is to dig deep into the flesh and just rip up the organs and just blow up inside of there. And that's what the point is, the laser rockets. And then the scan missiles are an even more powerful one. They scan heat waves. And so anywhere the opponent moves, they follow. And then they just explode 3 times. So when the rocket hits, there's 3 different components, and it explodes 3 different times, which causes a triple explosion, right? And then we have the prediction ability. Wow, yeah, this one is a very powerful one. The prediction ability is basically, as long as Shin Mecha Godzilla can study the opponent for around 5 to 6 minutes, he can learn everything about the opponent and learn everything this opponent does and how it reacts and how it does combat or how it tries to fight back or counter, all of that. It learns everything and is able to basically counter every single thing the opponent does, the prediction ability. He also has a solar recharge. The solar recharge is basically saying that this Mechagodzilla, or I should say this Shin version of Mechagodzilla, cannot lose power. He can get charged, but as long as sun is out, it's going to keep on refilling and refilling and refilling, and he basically can fight forever and ever and ever. Unless, you know, clouds come, it's lower charge levels and the regular charge will go down. But most of the time, he is going to get some sunlight in him. And then we have the adaptation ability, where he can evolve his abilities to fit the opponent through Shin DNA, because Shin DNA can evolve. And that's why the biome is unlimited, because he can evolve his DNA in the mechanical body to basically survive in any temperature and in any environment. Okay, folks, that sums up both of these guys. Now, let's put them up against each other in the death battle. Alright. Now we're going to do this, close range and far range. The reason why I do this, for example, for far range, we test out these opponents with limited abilities, and we're trying to see if some of their abilities are limited / cut out, can they still win a battle? It's a very great way of testing them out, and then close range is just all out war, right? So we're going to do far range first, and here are the rules. They have to be 700 meters apart. Alright, 700 meters, meaning there is absolutely no physical contact. So let's see what abilities Shin Mechagodzilla can or cannot use in terms of far range. Super laser ray, yes, it's okay for far range. Gliding ability, no, because assuming he was going to want to use that to ram into his opponents, so we're going to say no. Laser rockets, yes. Scan missiles, yes. Prediction ability, no, he's too far. He has to be very close to him, so prediction ability will not work. Solar recharge doesn't matter, so sure. Adaptation ability doesn't matter, so sure. So basically, so he can use a super laser ray He can use the laser rockets, the scan missiles, the prediction ability, the solar recharge, and adaptation ability. The only one he cannot use is the gliding ability. So, pretty good. You can use most of his abilities, just missing one. For Mechagodzilla 2021, let's see. Buzzsaw claws? Absolutely not, because that requires physical contact. Heavy metal durability does not matter, so heavy metal durability is fine. Missiles are fine. The Proton Scream is okay. The thrusters, again, we're going to assume he's going to want to use that to hit the opponent, so the thrusters will not be allowed. And the tail drill will obviously not be allowed. So basically, the main things he can use is the missiles and the Proton Scream. Now, going face to face with Shin Mecha Godzilla, personally, I believe that Mechagodzilla 2021 is going to be the first one to attack, because Ghidorah's aggression is out of context, how aggressive this creature is, and he's the one controlling Mecha G, so definitely he's going to be the one attacking first, definitely with the Proton Scream. Now the Proton Scream is going to do definitely a lot of damage to Shin Mecha Godzilla, as it's very powerful, it's very focused, and it's going to cause a limb or two from the mechanical body to either malfunction or break. And because of that, it's going to kind of empower this creature, and it's going to keep on going. It's going to keep on shooting the Proton Scream with the missiles and really pushing Shin Mecha Godzilla back. However, though, I believe with that going said, that's where the laser rockets are going to come into play. And the laser rockets and the scan missiles are really going to track this creature. And every move that Mecha G does, these scan missiles are going to just get every single movement of his body. Literally every single movement with the laser rockets, and as I said, the other rockets will have 3 portions. With that being said, the super laser ray can be used continuously with the laser rockets, the scan missiles, because he has a solar recharge, meaning he is constantly getting recharged as the sun is out, and we're assuming the sun is out, and so non-stop this guy, as when I say this guy, obviously I mean Shin Mecha Godzilla, he is just standing there and using all these abilities without losing an inch of battery life, right? And because he's getting recharged from the sun, none of these abilities need to stop. So with that being said, I just personally don't see any way that Mechagodzilla 2021 can get out of this, and therefore Shin Mecha Godzilla will destroy Mecha G, making the score 1-0. Now, let's go ahead and move on to close range. Alright, close range is obviously face to face, and what's going to happen here is there is no restrictions. So first, before we begin, let's consider this. The size. So Shin Mecha Godzilla is approximately 196 meters tall, where Mechagodzilla 2021 is 119.8 meters tall, and that is a huge difference of size. So when these two go face to face, Shin Mecha Godzilla is going to be very bigger, meaning his force of slamming into Mecha G is going to be very detrimental for Mecha G, because this brute strength and the overall size is going to cause pure destruction. So face to face, I absolutely see no chance for Mecha G. And we know, Mecha G has the thrusters, has the tail drill, but Shin Mecha Godzilla is just way too big. With that being said, every ability is open, so very quickly the prediction ability is going to be done, and he's going to predict every single move that Mecha G is going to do. So Shin Mecha Godzilla knows everything he's going to do. He has the super laser, he has the laser rockets, and the scan missiles by his side. I mean, it is all odds stacked against Mecha G. By him using the prediction ability, every single move that Mechagodzilla does, Shin Mecha Godzilla will be able to counter it and attack every single time, and therefore he will not survive. So making it 2-0 for Shin Mecha Godzilla. This is just my opinion. you can debate me in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great and wonderful day.